Hello everyone, Amanda here, thanks for joining me. So I'm here to share this fantastic storage project. This has been inspired by Carol Bison, or Bison, who is on my Facebook group, and she made one of these slightly larger, completely out of cereal boxes. Quite a few people asked for a tutorial, and she didn't have one, so they asked me to do one. So I've made one, not out of cereal boxes, but out of cardstock that anybody can make. So I've made mine slightly smaller, but it is very sturdy. So it's hard to show you all on camera, but here we go. So I've done mine in a kind of a vintage style, but I've used what I've got. Okay, we've got 4 sections, and as you can see, they are staggered. So this one's quite tall, this one is 6 inches high, and the length this way is about 8 1/4. So this top section is 6 by 6, so it's quite big. That's 4 by 6, 3 by 6, and 2 by 6. All right. So what would you use it for? Well, you could use them as a display for your handmade cards, or what I'd be more inclined to do is use it to house my ephemera or my tag template collection, ready for making, or finished tags. You know, just fill it with whatever you like, whatever kind of crafting you do, and bob it on your desk. So there you go, it's quite large, and then this section's a little bit smaller. Maybe put your glue in, that's a bit tall, that glue, or your tools, your nice scissors, however you like. So as I say, it's quite hard to show it all on camera, but I'm going to show you how this is made. Right, so before we start, I just want to explain. I like to really explain my tutorials, and the reason I over explain is so that you get full understanding, so you're not just watching what I'm doing and copying it, you actually understand it. And also, if you understand the maths behind a project, you can then easily in your head think how you can resize it. Okay, so I'm designing mine so that my finishing opening, when it's all constructed, will be 6. Okay, I'm doing it quite small. If you want it larger, okay, then you need to add 2 inches either side. If you want that bit to be 8, if you want that bit to be 10, then you'd add even more, etc, etc. You just need to add extra on the sides, not on the rest. So these are all 10 inches. So you're going to have 2 inches either side to bring around and make the sides. It's going to leave you with 6. So every piece is going to have 6. Okay, so do you get me? So if you want that to be 8, then you need to add an extra 2 inches on either side. So you'd have to have every piece at 12 inches wide. So I've done mine at 6, so that only one of the pieces needs to be 12 inches, and the rest could be done from A4 to just to try and make it easier for people, so that you're not cutting into sheet upon sheet of 12 by 12. Okay. So then we're going to have, so every single one is 10 wide, and then on the width, okay, we're going to have one at, the smallest one is going to be 6, and then the next one is 7, okay, then we jump to 9, and then we jump to 12, so that's on the length, okay. So the largest piece is going to be 10 by 12. The next piece down is 10 by 9. The next piece down is 10 by 7, and then 10 by 6. Okay? So you should have your measurements. Now also, doing it this way, and this is another reason why I worked it out this way, it makes the scoring super easy. So as well as having the same width and some of the similar measurements, the scoring is consistent. So let's start with piece 1. So piece 1 is our largest piece. It measures 10 by 12. Okay, so we're going to score on the long side, which is the 12-inch side. Okay, and I've already done mine and written them down so you can see clearly, hopefully. So you could pause the video and have a look. So we're scoring at 4 and 6. Okay, then we're going to turn it onto the 10-inch side, and on every piece on the 10-inch side, this scoring is the same. That's what makes this easy. 2 and 8. Okay, so that's piece 1. And then piece 2 On the short side, which is the 9-inch side, we're scoring at 4 and 6. Okay, then if you go on the 10-inch side, again, it's 2 and 8, the same as before. Okay, piece 3. On the short side, in this instance it's 7, we're scoring at 3 and 5. So you'll notice there's always a 2-inch difference between those measurements. Okay, 2 and 5. Or back onto the 10-inch side, same as all the other pieces, 2 and 8. Okay, and then this is the only one that's slightly different. On the last piece, which is 6 by 10, all you need to do is score at 2 inches, 8 inches, 2 inches and 4 inches. Okay, so you're essentially scoring all 4 sides, if you want to do it that way, at 2 inches. Right, so then all you need to do is take every single piece, okay, and you're going to turn it into a box. So you're going to release these squares here, fold them in. These little sections here are going to attach to the tall section here. You're making individual boxes. Now when you make the boxes, on each one, the back will be taller than the front, okay, except for the very last one. So on this one, the back is taller than the front. Okay, so let me quickly show you how we're going to construct it. And then as we get towards the end of the video, carry on watching. I'm going to show you how we can make this sturdy, because we've not used cereal boxes or chipboard. This is just, I think it's 250 GSM card. But we're going to use layers to make it strong and sturdy. Okay? And by layers, what I mean is, look in your crafty hard, and again, get those lovely 12 by 12s out, and we layer in. Right, so we're releasing those flaps. Just need to cut a little bit further in there. Cut a little bit further in there. Just make sure it's right up to the score line. Right up to the score line on there, Amanda. My big scissors are a little bit blunt when it comes towards the end. They're a bit rubbish. Okay, so what we're just going to do here is we're just going to gently notch. Okay, it just makes the folding in of that bit a little bit neater. Okay, and it also makes sure we're cutting away that bulky score line. Okay. So I'm going to do this one with you, and then you do every single one exactly the same. So I will fast forward. I'm not going to do them all because it's just the same process. So you go away and you build all of your individual boxes. Just make sure you don't have any little fuddy bits left over. Get rid of them, you don't want them, it's not going to look tidy. Okay, it normally happens when you've not chipped away right up to the score line. Okay. So then what you do is you fold and burnish all of those pieces. And like I say, it's going to be the same for every single process. Now if you want, and you're worried about it getting in neat, you can just slightly notch that one as well, but I'm not going to bother, you know. We'll see how it goes. If I feel it's necessary, then we'll change it. So another reason you must watch to the end is sometimes I need to make adjustments. So watch to the end, and then if you want to build it, you know, build it then. But always watch the video all the way to the end. In case I make a mistake or an adjustment, I will always show you and tell you how to put it right. Because, you know, sometimes things crop up when you're building something that you don't realise is going to happen. So now, you're going to have a shorter piece at the front and a taller piece at the back. So that is the back, and I've written top there. Alright, so now we're going to, let me just think how I'm going to do this now. I think I might just attach those in for sturdiness. Let's see how it folds. Let's see how it folds. Or do I want that to go like that? And like that, so that I don't have a gap. I don't like having gaps. I'm going to put the flaps up at the top, rather than at the bottom, because I can always strengthen underneath with a flat piece of cardstock. So I'm going to use these flaps. These flaps are going to fold, so these are going to fold up, and then these flaps are going to fold in. That way you won't have a gap, a gaping gap there. Okay, do you see? If I fold that flap there and then just fold them together, you've got a gap. We don't want that. So either fold that up and glue that first, then glue that on top, but I just think it'll be nicer if you glue the sides together and then lift that. Now you can do it whichever way you like. I might have it that way. Will that look neater? I don't really want to see that line there, so I'm going to put it inside. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let me get my glue. So I'm just explaining the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, so that you totally get it. So yeah, fold that in, glue on there. Okay, fold that in, put glue on there, or you can use tape, but I just think glue allows you to line things up a bit better. Sorry, a terrible diction there. I'm from Yorkshire, I don't actually care. Right, so you're lifting this side, which is the short side at the front. Okay, it's going to be shorter, and you're lining that up with there, and you're getting those as flush as you can. Okay, you're then going to just stick your hand inside and lift that flap up. Okay, and get all of those nicely glued. Nice and flush, please. We don't want wonky boxes. This is where your glue gives you room to move. And then we're going to do the same at the other side. Okay. Just move my flaps about. So I'm doing the same here. I'm lining up them sides, nice and flush. And then look at that gapey. We don't want that. So that's why we've kept that flap and we're folding it upwards. Okay. Now you can see there's no gapey gap. We don't want gapey gaps. Alright, then set it aside. You know the score, if you watch me long enough, my favourite saying is leave it to dry. Okay? So that's that one. So you make them all exactly the same, and then you will see as you're making them they decrease in size. And what should happen is with number 3, your tall back should end up the same size as your short front. And the same on number 4. No, same on number... Sorry, that's 2, that's 3. So the tall back here, this is why I've numbered them, but it'll be apparent when you've built them anyway, which one sticks to which. So I'm going to go away and build all of mine, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how to put them together. That's all of my little boxes constructed. Now I've made an amendment to the original design of Carol's, just because I just preferred it, me personally. I'm not keen on this boxy side here, this boxy angular side, okay? So just to refine it a right tiny bit, I've added a slanted side. So I'm going to show you how to do it without complicated measurements during the cutting and scoring process. So all you need to do is put your box on its side, okay? Grab a scoring tool or blunt object and a ruler. And what you want to do is make a score line between there, that score line there where it meets in the corner, from that corner to here, which is where your box starts to go that way. Okay, so I'll try and show you. So I'm putting my ruler in, and I'm going in with the smallest ended bowl tool or blunt object that I can find, and I'm trying my best to do a really neat... You're not going to be able to see it, I'm so sorry, but so I'm going from that corner there, small bowl tool, getting it in the corner best I can. Okay, line it up on my ruler and make a score mark. So I will go over that with pencil so that you can see where it is, and I will show you in the camera. Okay, so there we go. Alright, now you can just fold that over. Okay, now you've scored it, and it should just fit in there fairly nicely. Just try and make sure it's nice and crisp at the corners, and it will fold in there and glue for extra stability. Now if you're finding that it's overlapping on this bit, which it might do on the smaller parts because the angle's different, slightly different, just trim it off. Just trim some off on a straight edge like so. You could just get that and trim that straight across there so it's a little bit less bulky if you so desire. I'm actually going to leave it like that because it adds even more stability to that side there. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same on the other side. Alright, exactly the same with my ball tool, going corner to corner. And this little tweak I think just makes it a little, just a little tiny bit just more pleasant to the eye for me. Okay, and then fold it over like so. Now these inside bits, you might think that that looks ugly. So what? That's what your hoard of 12 by 12 that you never use or that you're not mad keen on certain patterns, that's what they're for. You can trim them up and you can layer inside in the sides and on the back to make it look even more pretty. Okay, and it will add stability. So if you're not somebody that hoards or collects, nothing wrong with hoarding packaging, but if you're not somebody that's got loads of cereal boxes like Carol, I didn't, so I thought, how can I make it? I don't have loads of cereal boxes, but I want to have a go. Then this is how to do it. If you can save up your cereal boxes and make it out of recycled packaging, that's it all the more better, isn't it, surely? Because it's free crafting then, isn't it? We like a bit of free crafting. Also, the larger size one that Carol made, absolutely stunning. She had to do it in several parts, so that's why I've tried to take her idea and simplify it for you so that you can knock one up as quick as possible. These shouldn't take you very long to make one of these at all. Shouldn't take you long. Okay, because I've done all of the measurements and all of the working out for you. And I'm challenging you to use up your 12 by 12 paper pads, or you'll be able to use 8 by 8 on these. Okay, or 6 by 6 even. Yeah, I think the tallest ones will be 6 by 6. 6 by 6. Yeah, the tallest one's 6 by 6, so you can even use your 6 by 6 paper pads or your digitals, or you could stamp all of this card, you can paint it, you can do whatever you want with it. Oh, try taking the backing off, Amanda, and then it'll stick. Okay, I'm using tape here because it's just faster for the video. It's not going to get a lot of weight on this side, so tape will be fine. It's purely aesthetic. You can leave it, you know, with that squared boxy look if you want. But if you do that on every single one and follow the same process, you'll get that angular look going down, apart from the bottom one, which is the short one. Okay? It just looks pretty, I think. Well, I think it does, but you don't have to. Right, so then I'm just trying to get this one to dry. I cut that one a bit short and the glue don't want to, it's not having it. Right, so then all of you do is box 1, box 2 should lay on top and be the same height. Okay, box 3 will lay on top and be the same height as the front of box 2. And then box 1 is just the same height. Okay, that's like a bottom tray. So it's not staggered, this one, it's flat. Alright, and then fully going that way, it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 inches. So it'll slide, sit on your desk. It won't take up too much space. Let's get it together. Then I'm going to just show you one more thing for strengthening. And again, this tip did come from Carol, but she used cereal boxes. But I'm going to share that tip with you because I do think it's a valuable tip. Okay, although, you know, when you... Is that the right one? When you're layering and layering and layering, you're just getting more and more stability every time. Okay, so get it flat on the deck, line them up best you can. Okay, make sure it's flat on the bottom, lined up. Okay, and when it's all dry, you can cut one big piece, which would be 8 by 6. and layer it along the bottom for even more stability. And you could even put feet on. In fact, I might do that with mine. You'll see what I will have done with mine because it'll be on the beginning of this video. Thank you to those that are still with me. I know these kind of videos can sometimes be a bit long and people aren't mad keen on watching long videos, but I just feel that it's necessary to explain rather than just show. I like to actually fully explain. Okay, rather than just do it and hope that you'll figure it out. I'm going to tell you it from needle to thread so you can make them in your sleep. And then we're just going to add the last one. Okay, and that will just literally fit side to side and top to bottom, flush with the front. Okay, leave it to dry. Okay, leave it to dry. Okay, don't worry if you've got slight unevenness where, you know, cardstock's not an exact science. You can cut two pieces of the exact same card and fold it, and they're not always exactly, it's just how it is. It's just how it goes. Don't worry about it, okay? So there's our finished construction. Okay, so, you know, journaling cards, tags, your greetings cards, you can put what you want in there. Now it's going to be even more sturdy when we've backed it with paper, but here's a final tip that came from Carol about how to make it even more sturdy. So grab yourself some what I call structure strips. In this instance we're going to call them stability strips. So I've cut these two far too big. What an idiot. They need to be just under 6 so that they slot there. So just under 6 by 2 and then score down the middle at 1. Okay, but just under 6 because obviously you've got quite a lot of folding and layers going on there, so it needs to slot in. So then fold it and glue one on the back. Okay. I'm going to have to cut them all to 6, just under 6. So I've cut them to about just a 1/16 of an inch under, just a hair of a width under 6. Fold it, you're putting one there. Okay, if it's a bit snug, just trim another hair off, hair of a gnat's whisker. And then we're going to do one on the next one. And either tape them or glue them. Okay, and that will help with keeping that bit sturdy. Okay, 6. I don't know why I cut them to 8, because I'm an idiot. This is what I mean, why you should watch to the end, because, you know, sometimes adjustments have to be made. This is the first time I've actually made one. I'll show you my drawings. So I did this technical drawing and this technical drawing to work it out. So this is my first time actually building it. So I'm actually shocked that it's worked. And that one goes there. Okay. And if you feel the need, you can put one on the front. Okay. As well. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to have mine on. I think I might do, but I might cut that one a little bit. I might cut this one, this flap here I might cut to 1/2 inch, because then, you know, it'll just look a little bit bulky with my DSP on. DSP, I keep using Stampin' Up terms. With my patterned paper, okay? And then obviously you've got your side piece. So all you need to do really is grab a piece of your patterned paper. You can do it in strips or you can do it in the one long piece if you want, like so. Draw yourself a little template, just lie that down flat and draw around it, okay? Just draw around it with a pencil, alright? Draw around this angle here, okay? And then get your width, okay? And then you're just going to need to trim it. Okay, I'll probably just do pattern paper on mine, and then the bottom will be 6 by 8. Just take a hair of a width of a gnat's whisker off so that it layers nicely, and that's it done. Okay, obviously you'll see my completed one at the beginning of the video. So there you go, that's how it's done. I hope you'll give it a try. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. If you make them, share them. I love to see what people have made. You can tag me, put @Scrimpingmommy on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I'll see it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye for now.